Hello everyone. So today I'm going to be going over, well, a lot of replays actually. It's going to be a little different from last time though. Last time I focused on one game in particular and tried to explain why I was doing everything I did. But this time, something you'll hear a lot is people say, if you're looking to improve, you should watch your own replays and, find stuff to improve on. Which is true, but it's one of those things that you sort of have to have the knowledge already to identify further what you did wrong. So if you already don't know what you're doing wrong, then watching the replays doesn't necessarily mean you'll see what you did wrong. Like maybe you will, but there's also a good chance like you don't know what you're looking for. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Yesterday I lost a lot of games. I think I went 0-8. Very unfortunate. And so I thought I was going to do this anyways. I was going to look at my games. Probably not as in-depth now that I'm actually going to make this video. So now I'm going to go a bit more into it. And I thought I'd make this video along with it. It's going to be very sloppy a bit since it's very much first impression, since I felt like if I pre-prepared it, then that would defeat the purpose. It would be like a pre-planned lesson. And that's not really like watching your own replay style. So first game, this is what I'll usually do right after the game ends, win or lose. Kind of look at these stats. All of this is very not telltale, because it depends on the game a lot, right? Sometimes your GPM will be a lot lower than usual, but the game was horrible. Everyone's GPM is lower. So you can't necessarily look at any of these one stats and say whether you did well or not, but it can give some insight. So like here I can see, oh, I'm losing a lot of gold when I die. That's not so great. Granted, I died, what, 8 times, so that's kind of understandable. But the first thing I'll do, I'll take a look at, let's see, I picked 4th here. So we had a Dazzle, they had Undying and Invoker. So when you're playing, you don't have so much time to think, right? So what I like to do is later I try to think about what could I have picked instead. So I'm the 4 position. Rubik comes to mind. There's a lot of good spells already between Undying and Invoker. Rubik and Dazzle, not a amazing combo, but it's okay. Sorry. I picked Grimstroke, one, because I've been playing a lot of Grimstroke. He combos okay with Dazzle. You get 2 instances of Poison Touch, so instead of just refreshing the duration when he like if you ult someone and then Dazzle uses his Q, they'll be affected by 2 poison touches. So then when you auto attack, you refresh both. That's pretty nice, but his other spells don't get cast twice because none of them target the enemy specifically. His heal damages nearby enemies, but that doesn't count. So that part is not the greatest. Say Lich. Lich is a really good hero to combo with Grimstroke, but Dazzle's okay. See, if I look at heroes, part of it, keep in mind, is that it's got to be a hero I play, right? So even if I thought it was like a really good IO game, I don't play that much IO, even though I kind of want to, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. So when I'm thinking about heroes, people that come to mind for me are like Crystal Maiden, Dazzle, Dark Willow, Rubik. Ogre might have been okay. He's kind of strong. You get attack speed with his Bloodlust, and that's sort of what I'm looking for, is some way to handle the Undying Tombstone. You either want, well, you definitely want attack speed, since it doesn't depend on damage. You just want to be able to attack fast. So attack speed is nice. That's why Ogre came to mind. But Ogre is melee, and it can be hard to get to the Tombstone. So someone ranged is really nice. Going back to what I mentioned earlier, Crystal Maiden has that attack speed talent, which is quite nice, but that's all the way down at level 20. And even at that point, she's still quite squishy. Undying can really mess her up, especially at the early laning stage. She has what? Less than...
Ice Maiden.
Yeah, 18 starting strength. She gets hit by a Q. She's down to 14. Like, it's not great. So Undying makes a Crystal Maiden game a little hard if he's in my lane. Dark Willow also has low strength. Sorry, I'm coughing. I'm not even sick. Something's just in my throat. Dark Willow also has an attack speed talent. That's quite nice. Her attack speed is already pretty good. Much better than Crystal Maiden's to start. She also has her W, which will give her the ability to attack quite far. I'm sorry if there's a lot of background noise. I'm fidgeting. The Fear can also be useful. They compare their ults. Crystal Maiden and Dark Willow. Crystal Maiden ults, she's standing there channeling. There's a bunch of Tombstone zombies hitting you, even if he cast it after the fact. Like, say you started channeling and then he cast Tombstone. You then have to choose, do I cancel my ult to then attack the Tombstone? Or do I just sit here building up a ton of zombies that are going to make it impossible for me to move? Whereas Dark Willow, her ult, well, she has two. The Bedlam, the one that spins around her, she can still move, she can still do stuff. That's not really affected by Tombstone. And her other ult, Fear, what is it called? I just know it as Fear. Terrorize, there we go. That one is a channel, but it's a much shorter channel, and then it makes the enemy run away. And you want two things when Undying drops his Tombstone. You either destroy the Tombstone or you get out. And the reverse of that is that you could make his team get out, right? If you fear them and they run away, you have time to either also disengage or to kill the Tombstone. And she has decent range, good attack speed, so she's pretty good for that. Sorry, this is still going into analysis more than replay review. I don't know. We'll just go with it. We'll see how it is, right? But that was about my closing thoughts on that. I'm gonna skip forward a bit. Nothing crazy here. Graphs. I'll take a look at this to see what the game thought versus how I felt things were going. This is the first game I played yesterday. I don't totally remember it. I wouldn't say it felt this skewed. Like, even if you look at these, we're in a very slight lead. But if I recall, one of them, if not both, oh no, the Sand King. The Sand King was doing really well, even though he was a support. And that part felt really bad. That part felt like we didn't have an answer to between all of us. So let's just go ahead and start the replay. So I'm the most sorry. I'm the most focused on the start of the game when I watch my own replays. That's because if you think about it, sorry, I'll let all this go through. If you think about it, Dota, the longer the game goes, the more different things could be happening. So, where am I? Here I am. Just start it. I'll play it a little slow so I can talk and not miss too much. So right now, right, been a couple seconds. How many different things could possibly have happened? Not that many. So what I'm saying is, it's easier to replicate and fix the few actions you do at the start, as opposed to, say, 50 minutes down the line, where you could say, yeah, I could take this fight differently, but maybe if I had made 30 different decisions earlier, I wouldn't be having to make this decision now at the 50-minute mark. So it's a lot easier to address what you've done wrong at the start of the game than what you've done later, because it's less likely you'll see the same late game scenario as opposed to the same walk to lane, same, I targeted the wrong guy, I can fix that, almost every game next time, because I will always be hitting this 30 seconds before start fight mark, something like that. Let's see. I didn't have to share Tango, that's cool. Fast forward a bit.
30 seconds. Know your place.
Okay, so looking at this lane already, it's a little rough because Void can time walk out of my ink spell, and Undying's pretty tanky already, so that part's not great. Same if I use my Q, he can time walk the damage off. And that's kind of the value of your Q, is that you hit them when they're in the creep wave. Sorry, I'm just going to keep playing this. And you get a lot of damage off, but he'll just time walk it off. And then by the time my Q is back up, you know, the first few levels, he'll still be on cooldown. But after that, he's fine. He can just repeatedly time walk off any of my harass, and that's a pain. So that means I need an early point in my silence to be able to silence him and prevent him from time walking, but his attack speed is pretty decent, so he'll be able to break it and then time walk off, most likely. How do I feel about that? I think that's okay. I probably shouldn't have let him get a double right there. I don't know, it's kind of hard. I wanted to keep harassing, but you can't really, like, if both of us are walking at it. I don't know if I needed to eat a Tango there. I have 3 mangoes. I probably could have saved it. Yeah, I'm going to hit full health and still have this Tango. Yeah, so I walk in to try to, like, get some damage, but yeah, so the last quarter-ish of the Tango was kind of wasted. I was already at full health. I probably didn't need to eat it. Could save a Tango there. Let's see. I get this deny. Okay. That's good. Sorry, I don't know if this will be boring as a video format. Like, just watching me watch a game. Let's see. Something I'm not sure how I feel about yet. Right now you see the wave is pushed into us, which has historically been a good thing for offlaners. You want the wave to push into you. Nowadays it's kind of weirder, where it doesn't feel great when this happens to me in a lot of games. I can't move the camera. But if we look at this, yeah, you'll see Faceless Void is level 2, Undying's not quite yet. And if you look at our team, a similar scenario, Monkey King's level 2, Dazzle's level 1. At least the way I've been playing the offlane a lot is a very aggressive style, try to get kills. And, you know, we have Grimstroke Doom here, that's usually pretty good. But we're level 1 and they hit level 2 first, and that means we can't really be aggressive. And then by the time we hit level 2, the lane is pushing back into them, and it starts approaching their side, and then it gets difficult to, like, to dive them. They're under their tower. I don't know if I needed to pause while I talked about that, but anyway, so what I was leading to is that I kind of want to reverse it. I kind of want to push the lane into them and hit level 2 first, and then as it pushes back to us, where we're level 2 and they're level 1, then we can do something. I don't think I should have let this guy pull. I should just walked over here, let Doom farm up a bit, maybe. We get this. This is okay. I wouldn't say anything horrible's gone on yet. Except for the fact that the lane has now swung all the way back, right? And this is kind of what I was saying. Now we're even levels again. I would say our level 2 is a little bit stronger because I have 2 spells. But we're under their tower and I can't do anything. And I'm not getting any denies on these range creeps. Got that. I don't know if I should have grabbed my Q. This was as a direct response to what I was saying, where it gets under their tower, and in the past I've tried getting W and then not been able to do anything with it because it's under their tower, and then I wish I had my Q so that I could harass them at least. But in this game, because of what I said, he just time walks everything off. I don't know. Maybe I should have just gotten the silence and then I don't know. Maybe we should have gone on him there too. That might have been possible. He was getting kind of low. Let's see. What am I at? 3 tango, 6 charges. Doom at. So he's low on regen. I knew this guy was low. No spells. Okay, so right now I'm thinking I should have tried to harass Undying more, even though he's really tanky, because he doesn't have any more regen. Like, he has these mangoes, yeah, but I can out-harass those mangoes if I keep attacking him, and since he doesn't have any mana, he might have to use one of these mangoes to fight back, and I think that would have been good for us. Maybe I should have done that. Speed up a little. Yeah, see, lately the waves just like constantly go back and forth, and it feels weird. I don't think I like it. I'm not in full control of that though. Obviously the enemy team is going to try to do something about it, and also Doom is more in charge of handling the lane, like where it is, than I am. I should be trying to stop those pulls. I went to go get the rune. I don't know if I should have. Right now what I'm thinking is, like, a lot of times Doom would come over here to jungle / handle the pull, and then I would be in the lane, and I think that probably should have been reversed. He can harass Void better than I can, and I should have either blocked that camp. I should have just body blocked it, I think. Maybe get a ward. Oh, I'm gonna lose the runes too. I think that was the biggest mistake I made yesterday. I lost the runes a lot, the enemy team. I was just like seconds off every time. Which usually I'm not. I don't know what I was doing. I guess I just wasn't focused. But I lost the runes frequently. The level 1 runes, level 2, or I'm sorry, the 0-minute runes, the 5-minute runes, sometimes the 10-minute runes, and I would say that was a common trend of all my losses. So I am going to consider that. In fact, here's a great segue. Okay, I recommend doing this when you watch replays. This is a do as I say, not as I do kind of thing, because I don't always do this. But I definitely think I could get more out of watching replays if I did do this, is to have it doesn't have to be word, right? Wherever you can write stuff down, even physically writing it down, just small notes from the game. So like here I'm going to write lost bounty runes, I guess I should specify. What's wrong with me today? Bounty runes. I don't remember if I lose the 10-minute ones, but I definitely lost the 5-minute ones. So we'll write 5 minutes first. What else did I say? Lanes swinging back and forth. I didn't like that. I can't type today. But anyways, to take notes about things you could do better. And you never really even have to look back at these if you don't want to. But just the act of writing something down helps, as opposed to just telling yourself, and then, you know, you might forget. And obviously you're not going to be reading a Word document while you play Dota, but the act of writing something down helps to keep it in your mind a bit better, helps to memorize stuff, all that, schoolwork, whatever. So I definitely recommend doing something like this, and then you can even look back on it in the future and kind of see, have I made these improvements that I pointed out. I can tell you right now, my thoughts on playing those games without even looking at the replays is that, like I said, I felt like I lost the runes a lot, and something I've been working on, which I think I did do a little better these games, which is maybe why I lost focus a bit on the bounty runes, is I was trying to focus more on denying creeps. I think that's part of why I get that level discrepancy, level 1 and 2. Trying to make sure that I either secure their range creep and or deny our range creep, if that makes sense. Those range creeps have a lot of the experience and gold, so getting the deny or getting denied can make a big deal. Okay, guys. I forget to put down that Word document. I went on for like 10 more minutes and then I realized I had left it up so you couldn't see anything I was talking about. We're gonna redo it. So we're back here. Quiet, Snuggleogus. I don't know if I already explained that's my dog or not. Quiet. Have some manners. Okay, to summarize what I said before, it wasn't that important to take 10 minutes on, so that's fine. I feel like I'm not being efficient with my time. Like, we can note right now, I'm 4.5 at 7 minutes, okay? That doesn't change very much for a long time, and I think that's no good. I think I could have been doing more. What kept happening this game is that Doom goes and, you know, deals with the pole, jungles a little, and then because this lane's empty, I feel like I should be here trying to get last hits or deny, harass, something like that, not just let him sit here. But I don't know if that's the best use of my time, best use of Doom's time. I kind of feel like we should have been swapped. Here, I don't get the deny or the last hit. He gets both. That's pretty bad. And then I'm about to die here. What I should have done is silence this Undying instead of the Void. I should have used my wand, used Ink Swell, try to use that speed boost, eat a Tango, try to get out. I buy wards and a raindrop. I'm okay with that. I went through discussion on it last time, but actually I don't think it's that important to. Long story short, I feel like it was okay. That sounds the right person. Wait, did it disjoint because he went invis? I think it might have. Unfortunate. Or maybe I just couldn't see that I was on him. Does this get disjointed actually? I'm not sure. I'm gonna reveal my ignorance. Yeah, I didn't get to him in time. Dang it. So I'm not sure if it actually disjointed or if it just didn't connect. One more time. In slower motion. Dang it! Alright, we're not going back again. Point is, I think I cast it on the wrong person again. I think I should have been on Undying. And then he also gets that deny, which I should have gotten for the gold. Alright, and we'll notice 9 minutes, still level 4, barely made any progress. This is what I was saying that you're not going to see anymore, but I feel like I was pretty inefficient with my time, and the fact that I'm still quite... Dang it, I should have got that. That was a mess up. Those kind of things are just like... I mean, it's just something you keep working on every game. Me noticing I messed them up, like, I already knew I messed them up. So, that's... like, mixed results of looking at replays. Like, I already know I need to not miss those. But it's good to see that I'm missing them, and ultimately I lose, so that I know that, like, I really need to not miss them. We probably could have gone on that guy there. If I silence and stun, Dazzle falls up with his Q. We're gonna get him here anyways. What was I just saying? Oh yeah, my levels. I'm still level 5 at this point. And, something else I need to work on? I'm getting sidetracked again. I think I need to use my Inkswell and then Silence, and cast Silence a little later. It's hard because a lot of people have different attack speeds, so different people are able to get both attacks off, and then use their spells to get away. And I'm still, even though I've played a lot of Grimstroke, I'm still kind of getting used to how much time I need to pass. Because it's a gamble. If you don't silence them right away, maybe he'll just stun immediately and get out. Instead of kind of waiting towards the end of Inkswell and then trying to speed burst away, maybe if he notices I'm not using silence, he'll use it immediately. But if I use it too soon, if I use my silence too soon, then he can just break the silence and then get away still before Inkswell has time to stun. So I'm still trying to get used to like when I need to do each. Um, Back to the levels. It's now 12 minutes. I'm still not level 6. I feel like maybe I should have been... I'm going to slow down here because I think this is where we start losing the game. I think I should have just been focusing more on getting level 6 so that we can get double doomed on people. Maybe, like, me, Dazzle, Doom, run around. Come over here, Snuggleugafus. My dog's so dumb. It wants to get pet, and then it insists on sitting out of range. And then it slowly inches away from where I can pet it, and then it starts barking because it's not being pet. Anyways, Dota. I think I should have just sat next to SF when he farms my stacks, stuff like that, and get level 6. I don't think I should be this low level so long. We're gonna start losing the game here to some sick Axe plays and SK. Honestly, it's those two. Void makes some good chronos too. Up a bit. I don't know if Monkey King still shouldn't have his ult yet. I don't play enough Monkey King to know. I feel like he should have it, to be honest. I don't know if you really need, like, this 4th point in one of these. I feel like you could sacrifice that for a point in your ult. You'd have used it, like, twice by now. He was probably level 6, like, 5 minutes ago. And you'd have used his ult, like, once or twice at that time. Gone kills with it. I don't know. Some heroes it's worth skipping. I don't know if Monkey King is necessarily one. I feel like you could use it to get the tower, get kills, something like that. But that's not within my control anyways, so who cares? So we're gonna start losing here because Axe is gonna get a blink, and him and Sand King just wreck us. They get a lot of good calls, a lot of getaways. One of the mistakes I'm about to make here is that my silence... I keep forgetting silence doesn't go through Void's ult. It gets stuck. Not that I was planning on getting it stuck. He kind of used it as I cast it. But I was trying to cancel the Sand King's ultimate. I saw him channeling here. And yeah, you see my ult get stuck there. I mean, I don't necessarily know what I do differently there. I was trying to silence as fast as I could. And it was a really good chronoed position. He chronoed Dazzle. He chronos Dazzle so that Dazzle can't use Grave. And I'm over here. Inkswell's too short range to use. My silence just got stuck here. Yeah, I can use Stroke of Fate, but like, what's that gonna do to these guys? I'm not carrying Detection yet because I was being greedy and trying to wait for Arcane Boots. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. This guy had it, but again, he got chronoed. So I mean, like, my planning doesn't necessarily go the way the game wants it to, right? Like, I can think, okay, Dazzle has the dust, and I'm so close to Arcane Boots, it'll be fine. But then I can't expect, like, this great play from Void to chrono Dazzle, prevent my silence, prevent the dust. So I don't know if it was necessarily the right decision for me to make, or say, let me rephrase that. I don't know if it was wrong for me to do that, or say it was the right idea, but just got outplayed. I don't know. I would probably do it again, honestly, still. I'd probably still say for Arcane Boots. But I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. Yeah, so they're gonna kill Monkey King. This guy's... Stop. Quiet. I don't know if we clicked him again when he ran here to see he had Blink Dagger. I suspect we did not. I got, like, quad bashed here. That was so unfortunate. This Doom is a little... See, like, think if I had level 6 here. We could have double Doomed someone. I don't know who. It's probably Axe, maybe Sand King. But we get 2 Dooms off. Sand King's not going to be able to cast spells. Or Axe isn't going to be able to cast spells. That's a big game changer. Maybe we could win this. Not to mention his double Poison Touch. Me getting bashed that many times is unfortunate. but it's not like, again, it's not something you can control. But we're gonna lose this fight, I think. And should SF have come over? Oh, he's solo dying. SF should not have been solo dying. But yeah, see, he didn't have the damage. Oh no, he did get Void. I take it back. It was a fine Doom, I guess. But, oh yeah, he got denied. That was the unfortunate part. But like, see, this guy doesn't have his ult. We're gonna chase, but they're all pretty tanky. We don't get that much. Yeah, we get this kill. But, after all that, they started to get the lead back. Why do you keep barking? I'm trying to get my 6 here and keep farming up enough gold to get this. Now I have it. Yeah, see, a lot of good blinks won them this game, to be honest. There's a lot of blinks on Dazzle in the next couple minutes, but honestly, I think I'm about done with this game. I can summarize my loss. Yeah, like, here's one of them. Here we go. Where's my Word document? I promise I won't forget to put it down again. So, I can chalk this up to... Not necessarily chalk it up. Like, I could find more mistakes, but, like, these are what I think within the first 15 minutes I think are reasons I lost. And I'm not a miracle worker. I can't fix every mistake I made immediately. So I'm trying to pick a couple mistakes that I see in the game that I feel like had a big impact and are something that I can fix easily enough. And the reason I'm stopping here is because I feel like the game is already losing at this point. Not just because I know we're gonna lose, but like the axe is a blink, SK is about to go off. It becomes very difficult with the items and levels we have to win this game. And I feel like the reason for that is what I'm about to write down. So, lost the bounty runes, the lane constantly swinging back and forth in bottom, inefficient, how do I want to say this? Inefficient use of time, I'm low level, silence doesn't go through chrono, gets disjointed. I feel like I let that happen too often to me, either letting my silence get disjointed, or, I mean, I won't say it gets stuck on chrono that often because, you know, Void's not in every game, but the silence not connecting is a big deal. It's quite a long cooldown, 30 seconds at level 1. It goes down to 20 or 15, but I usually try to leave it at level 3 because at level 3 is the value point where you get an extra hit to destroy it, so it takes 3 hits instead of 2. And the 4th one just lowers cooldown and gives you more damage, which I feel like isn't worth compared to Inkswell, where I get more cast range, more stun time, all of that. But I usually like having the 3rd point in the silence so that people like Void have a better chance of preventing them from getting away. But all of that is pointless if the silence doesn't connect. Also, choosing the right target. This isn't strictly something from this game, but it's something I'm going to write down anyways. When I ult someone... here, let me think how I want to write this real quick. Okay, so what I mean by that is that if I cast my ultimate on Axe, let's say I put it on Axe, and then it connects to Sand King. If we kill Axe, my ult is gone. It doesn't then like focus around Sand King and then reconnect to like say Void and connect Void and Sand King. If I instead ult the Sand King and then it connects to Axe and we kill Axe, Sand King is now still under my ult and it might reconnect to say Void. So choosing the right target in that sense is important. Since you can't choose the second target, I do think that Like, let's say I want Void to be soul binded. Because like Doom is going to try to ult Void or Invoker, so I want one of those two to be my targets. We are going to focus that person because they're the most important. So in that sense, I want to make sure I get Soulbind off on Void, because let's say I Soulbind Sand King in hopes that it connects to Void, but it instead connects to Axe. Doom still has to. Well, Doom will still probably use Doom on Void, in which case he doesn't get to use the like the benefit of Soulbind of 2 Dooms. So I still kind of need to cast it on Void. I don't think I have that much choice on who I cast my ult on. But in terms of my silence, when I have 2 people who are ulted or soulbound, there's that case of like word satiation where you keep saying the same words and they start with like mean nothing. But 2 soul-bounded targets, say Void and Sand King. If I cast my silence on Sand King, and then Sand King manages to break it, he auto-attacks it a couple times, but Void does not, I don't get my silence refreshed. It has to be Sand King's silence that goes all the full time and then comes back to me to refresh my silence. So choosing the correct target to silence and get the refresh duration is important, because I can silence either of those targets and they'll both be silenced, but only one of them will refresh my W. So that's kind of hard to decide immediately, like the second a fight breaks out, but that's something I need to focus on because it's something that I won't say has necessarily lost me games, but it's stuff that I can improve on, and maybe it'll help me win a couple more. So that's about it for this game, simply because this is going to take ages. I played 8 games, right? I already know I'm never going to make it through all of them. Or if I do, it'll take like 5 hours, and maybe I still will. But I think for now, I'm just going to do one more game, and then... Aha! Putting it down. I remember this time, guys. Okay, so let's go back to the watch tab, downloads. Game worth watching? Sure. Oh, I forgot to look at the scoreboard. Here, I'll go back after this loads. I think I'll do one more and then stop the video for now. Either upload that or continue to do the rest later. I have to go do some other stuff first though. And again, this will be like 12 hours if I do all 8 games anyway. So let's just do 2 first. See how it goes.
Ban someone.
Okay. Pause. Go back to the scoreboard on this one. Look for this. Frozen. Oh, here we go. Okay, scoreboard. I picked 7th. So 1 with Earthshaker, Crystal Maiden, and Lena on the enemy team. And we had Rubik, Lardar, Juggernaut. I don't know why I was about to say Omni Knight because I was thinking of Omni Slash. Okay, so Rubik's nice. You get double lift, double W, and depending on what spell he steals, he can't steal 2 spells, I don't think. But he can, like, say he gets Laguna Blade, he could double Laguna Blade. So Rubik has nice synergy with Grimstroke in that sense. Void has no synergy. You, as far as I know, you don't double Omni Slash. And maybe he gets a Diffusal Blade, but most of his items, it's not like someone who gets Dagon or something, who can double Dagon people, double Scythe people. So Juggernaut doesn't have great synergy. And it's also hard, like, if I cast Inkswell on him before he spins, then that's fine. But if he spins first, I can't cast Inkswell on him. So that part's kind of hard. Slardar, good synergy. The AoE stun combines with Inkswell really nicely. Plus he has his own speed boost. So he can pretty much run anyone he wants down. and then double, what's it called now? Corrosive Haze. That's not game changing, but it's decent. Mainly it's for the AoE stun and move speed. I would say is really good, especially in lane. So the combo of Slardar and Grimstroke I liked. Invoker, I mean, Cold Snap twice is cool, but the rest, not so much. Although I will say, it is nice that they can't, if I soulbind people, they can't necessarily escape easily, and so that makes it easier for Invoker to set up a lot of his AoE spells. And Invoker is someone who may get a Scythe, and double Scythe is super sick, so I'm okay with the Grimstroke pick here. Against these guys, I have a Silence for Crystal Maiden. That is one of the downsides. The Silence isn't immediate. It's pretty fast, but not necessarily immediate. And Inkswell is definitely not immediate, so I don't have a great way of stopping her. And Frostbite also makes it a little difficult to close the distance. Lena, not a big deal either way, I would say. She's pretty fast, so it can be a little tough to get close with Inkswell. She also has her stun, and her attack speed can break the silence quite fast. Earthshaker, he can use Fissure and prevent me from reaching someone with Inkswell. That's unfortunate. And his Blink ult is pretty much instant, so I don't have a chance to silence him unless I see him like way early. But his attack speed is slow, so if you do manage to get a silence off on him, odds are it connects. That's not bad, similar to Crystal Maiden. So overall, I think it's okay, pick-wise. Graph. Oh, we're just losing this whole time? I thought we did better than that, honestly. Take a look. Maybe I just don't remember. Oh, you know what it was? I think this Invoker was not familiar playing it with Invoker, or he just had like a really bad game. He had a rough time. I remember that. Really rough time. Okay, where am I? Here I am.
The conclusion is foregone.
I've paid
Gonna have to give tangos again. That's my favorite.
This one is
It's in
certainly
the bag.
I think we can agree that this one is in
But although I did buy the Courier, I believe, which prevents me from having enough money to buy another tango. But it's okay. Not a big deal. Alright, so usually I come up here to ward there because Stroke of Fate, really long cast range. So what people will do is they'll walk back here. I had a sudden fear that I didn't put that Word document down, but we're good. We're good. So I like to place the ward. Can you see the tower range? Okay. I like to place it somewhere around here because that lets you see all the way through here. And what a lot of people will do when they get low, they'll back away from the creeps over here under tower. They'll use their salve or their clarity. Stroke of Fate. Can I see the cast? Oh, I can't because it's not leveled. Stroke of Fate has a really long cast range. Pretty far. I could probably reach about here. Even without any cast range talents. That's really good. So if I see them using a salve or clarity, I can like stand over here and hit them. And so that's why I like having this observer ward really close here. But she spotted me, so I wasn't gonna go place it there. So I'm just holding it on for her now.
know your place.
I really like this lane because he has high armor, but low health. And so someone with a lot of burst like Grimstroke loves that, right? 100 damage from here, they just nerfed it. 120 from here, plus however much through targets I hit. Crystal Maiden, similar case, very low health and doesn't have high armor. Crystal Maiden, I know for a fact, I have done this in the past. You can Inkswell up to her, use Silence, and kill her on your own, really. Stroke of Fate a couple times maybe, and she's just not fast. She has so little health, very poor strength gain. Let's see, 2.2. I thought it was worse than that. Maybe it got buffed recently, I don't remember. But either way, it's very weak, so it's just unfortunate for her. that you happen to be able to solo kill her. Although they did just nerf this, it is a little harder now, but she's just still like really weak. And Terrorblade also uses Conjure Image, which gives him a lot of illusions next to him. He likes to stand close together, likes to stand near creeps, jungle creeps. Boom, Stroke of Fate, extra damage for all the stuff. I really like Grimstroke against illusion heroes, so... And then the Slardar thing, like I said earlier, Inkswell plus an AoE stun plus movement speed, really nice. So I'm happy with this lane, and I don't quite remember if we do well with it, but... Right here, see, easy. Really unfortunate. I don't remember if we said that we were going... Nugalugafus, what is the issue? Why are you barking so loudly? Alright, we'll pause the video here. I gotta see what this... Okay, back. What was I just saying? Oh, I don't remember if we told him to Sunstrike or not. He should have done it when she was stunned. So that's a bit unfortunate. I don't know if I would have lived or not, but it would have gotten him a boost, which is really what he needs as Invoker.
Let's get moving.
Overall, that's okay. We get first blood. It would have been nice for Invoker to get it, though. Player perspective. I didn't buy anything. I feel like maybe I should have, but I kind of wanted boots. But I probably could have gotten, like, Mango and a Sentry or something. I wasn't thinking. I'm thinking about if I can kill her. Yeah, like this. I should have told him to Sunstrike. I know I definitely didn't tell him that time. That would have been a kill, I think. I stopped chasing because of the creeps. And I've already ruined the balance a little bit because it pulled in that range creep. But it could have killed her. Take on my part. I'm looking to get this clarity. Not sure how he died. Who got body blocked. The heck? Frozen? I think my game just froze. Okay, well anyways. I have 500. I think I could buy boots. I like boots because, again, she's really slow. Lets me move around and do more. But I do think maybe I should have gotten, like, Sentry Clarity. Couldn't buy raindrops yet, too soon. But having more mana regen so that if I don't know if I get Stroke of Fate second or not this game, but having eventually level 2 or 3 Stroke of Fate, being able to spam that against Terrorblade is really nice. So without seeing what I actually am about to do, I feel like I should get 2 points in Stroke of Fate, level 2 and 3. I suspect it's not what I'm going to do, but I don't know if I should have gone for that range creep. I think leaving it for Slardar to do is fine. Wondering if I should Inkswell sooner there. Yeah, see, I used my silence too soon, and he's gonna live because of that. Check this out, guys. Aha, juked. Let's see, the silence didn't get refreshed. The damage doesn't go off. I think it could have been an easy kill before that point. Body blocking. I'm pretty happy with how I played this lane so far, actually. Are we gonna get this? I don't know if that was necessary to, like, go in that hard. Although it looks like it's fine, actually. That did a lot of damage. That must have been max damage. So right now I'm off to a great start. What should I buy? I really don't like buying an arcane booster right off the bat. Um, Not only am I low mana, so I only get, like, it would give me 30, 50 more mana, because of the way all that works. So buying that wouldn't be that great. It also doesn't give me, like, regen, doesn't give me movement speed. It's just this mana pool, which I have nothing to fill it with since I'm low already. So I almost always get either boots, earn. Earn this game is okay, just because it's okay every game, really. But there's no hero in particular that I really need to use it on. I think I'm actually not sure. Terrorblade may sunder for less health when he's affected by Soul Vessel. I wouldn't say that's a huge deal. Um, I would put more attention on trying to earn Earthshaker so he can't blink. I don't know if I would get that many kills to warrant it right away, though. Like a bootless Earn. I think what I should do is get boots, raindrops. Did I get the wards? Maybe. Wand? Maybe. Wand is probably good. They cast a decent amount of spells, actually. I probably should have gotten a wand earlier. Let's see. What do I do? Nothing yet. Gold.
I lure them into your traps, Lada.
I should have at least bought boots. Oh yeah, see, here's inefficient. Here's me one down and realizing, oh, I should get boots, so that it takes me less time to run down there. But I should have just bought it, like, when I paused the video and I was talking about it. There was tons of time to buy it then. I think I just hadn't realized how much gold I had after all of that, getting all those kills. Pause, take stock. 4, 5. Ooh. Even though we got kills on, there's still Rock and Jug and all that. And that's unfortunate. The Drow offlane doesn't sound like it was good. I'm not sure what happened down there. I could go watch it, but I also feel like, I don't know, like, I could rotate down there to try to do something, but, like, look how we're doing top. We're doing really well, and I feel like I should still probably be there. I don't know if it's strictly my job to affect bottom, but tell you what, go ahead and take a look. Back up a minute. The benefit of ranged drow versus melee. What is this? Why is she jungling his pulse?
Your attempt was pathetic.
Why aren't they motivated and rallied by my double kill? This is a weird ward, I gotta say. Oh, unfortunate. I see, this is something I can't control. It's just, besides me calling it for myself, is us not, like, timing lift and stuns and telling Invoker use it then instead of guessing afterwards. Like, I play Invoker a bit, or I used to play it more. I wish I could still play it. I'm not good enough. But having people tell you ahead of time, like, do it now instead of, oh, they got away, hey, can you Sunstrike her now? It's a world of difference. And we would get a lot more kills if we had timed it better. Like, look how low these guys are. Even then, like, lifting now, say, like, hey, can you Sunstrike him? See? Look how many of these missed. This is really unfortunate for him. I think he got killed while distracted, too. That's unfortunate. But yeah, that could be... That's a big thing for us to... I mean, I say us as if I'll knowingly play with these guys again. It's at least something for me to do, because I don't think I did it on that CM earlier, so... Tell you what. Word document. call out to Invoker. Capital Invoker. Ahead of stuns, disables. And, guess this? Put down the Word document. Wow, I'm doing it. Alright, let's see. Continue. See, that hit the creep. That's unfortunate. Should just wait a bit longer. I don't really know what's happening there. Yeah, I'm off to a great start. I should have been able to do more of this game. I feel like. Like, think about that last game I talked about. I was level 4 at like 7 minutes plus. And still not 6 by 12 minutes. Right now I'm 4 and like 5/6 of the way. And it's not 6 minutes yet. Hopefully I come and stack. Ooh, mistake on my part. I should have stacked. Word document. How do I want to phrase this? Right now I'm thinking like I should have bought the item sooner, like my boots earlier before I walked back. I walked back and then walked back up and then walked back down again. And then just now I went to go buy arcane boots and didn't stack. More efficient movement. Stacking. I don't know how to phrase that, but I know what I mean, so we'll leave it at that. Maybe I should have gotten Urn instead of Arcane.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Didn't rotate fast enough.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I didn't realize she had a haste. Maybe I could have saved his life. See, at this point, Invoker's already like, look at this net worth difference. She is popping off. And these guys are a little close. I really feel like she shouldn't be that far. I'm surprised he's doing this well, I guess, considering how we're doing in the lane. And Lardar is behind the offlane Drow, which is quite unfortunate. I'm way ahead. Our support, I guess I'm not way ahead, because Earthshaker's doing like decently well. What I was going to say is I'm way ahead of what I usually should be. Like, usually I should be around, like, these guys. But, for whatever reason, both the 4 positions are doing great this game. I'm almost like on par with Invoker. Like, ugh. That's not ideal. Did you get this? You should have really. I don't know what spell rotation he used, but I feel like. I don't know. I'm not gonna worry about him. Not my play, right? I could say like. The easy excuse is saying, oh, if I had a better Invoker player, we would have won the game, right? That's absolutely nothing I can control. So that's useless to think about when you look at replays and whether you think a replay is worth looking at or not. I should just be thinking, like, could I have done more to help him? Blah, blah, blah. Which maybe I can. Like, maybe I could have called it out sooner. The Sunstrike, that Crystal Maiden at the very start and all that. I think I gave away the fact that I had a ward doing that, but I want to get the gold. 12 gold, free, easy. Okay, this is too aggressive of me. Come up here like this deep in their base when we didn't have enough pressure going on. Me chasing Terrorblade, I don't think is a mistake, because I wanted to try to. I knew he was jungling with illusions on, with you know, near jungle creeps. I've done this to a lot of PLs and Terrorblades in the past, where you just like walk up, use Stroke of Fate a lot on them, possibly kill them, get them low enough to then like silence Inkswell, kill them. But if you look at our lanes, we're not applying enough pressure, and so they all just like walk up and kill me, and I can't get out. And part of that is also that they have multiple ways to cancel TPs. Crystal Maiden can, Earthshaker can, Lina can. So if they have different people like Skywrath, Venomancer, people without stuns, and disables, then I probably could do this and then just immediately TP out. He wouldn't have been able to kill me in time. But notice, like, I tried to run up out of the way before TPing. Is because I knew that they would reach me and then disable it if I just tried to TP immediately. Whereas, like I said, if they had people without disables, I would have just TP'd out.
Are those cracks in Dyer's top tower? Beating on Dyer's top tower.
So, tell you what, Word document. Check that lanes are pressuring before going into enemy jungle. Yeah. We're not gonna comment. Not that I think it's bad. I was just like interested by it. But it's not my item build and it's not something I can control. I'm not gonna think about it. Actually, what I will comment on is something I've been thinking about. Let me play this slowly. What I have been thinking about is support Basilius Ring. I think it's something I'm gonna start trying out. Just because armor's more effective now, it gives mana regeneration and it helps you push. Someone on like Grimstroke who has really good clear lane shove. I feel like it could be good. I feel like it could help you take towers, keep you on the map, keep you healthy because of the armor. And because people aren't buying Ring of Aquila anymore, like having one on the team is nice. It gives regen and armor to your allies. So I think it might be something I'd test out in the future a little more. You could even then disable the Ring of Basilius to create the urn. I don't know if that's worth it. I think it'd be nice to have both actually, but that's not it. I think this was unnecessary of me. I think he was going to get away regardless. I think that was a bit of a waste of a soul bind on my part. After the nerf, it's 100 seconds. Level 1. So I don't think I should have done it. He was going to get away anyways. I should just... Actually, I don't even know if I needed to silence either of them. She already used her Gust, I believe, and Crystal Maiden wasn't even in range. So maybe I just Stroke of Fate, slow them, and then walk out. Save my soul bind. Save the mana, save the cooldown. I could then go use it somewhere else. I was checking to see if she had Shadow Blade. That's something else that's like a constant work in progress for me, is to repeatedly check items a lot more. You shouldn't be surprised by like what enemies you get, but I probably should have silenced that guy faster. I should have... My only thought was like, does he have Blink? But actually he just walked up and ulted, which I didn't think he would. So that's... I should have just silenced him and that would have kept him safe. I just didn't think he would. Was he level 6 before that? Was I just mindless? Oops, that's kind of loud. Yeah.
Are those cracks in Dyer's top tower? Radiant's middle tower.
Yeah, he's level 6. Alright, that's just bad on my part. I should have just silenced when I saw him do that.
Guess Radiant fortified their structures.
Yeah, then I was trying to walk over. That was a mistake. Where was I? I think I know what happened.
Beating on Dyer's top tower.
Okay, let's see.
Radiant's middle tower could use some help.
I think what's gonna happen is I ruin my own pathing. I'm clicking over here at first. Oh yeah, see, I clicked too far and it started walking me up. If I kept walking this way, I would have been able to silence. I don't know what I did after that. I just like let myself walk. I don't know if it would have helped him live. Probably would have. But that's just a mistake that I could fix in general. I think I have ink swelled sooner. Look how unfortunate that is. My slow was just too much that it just missed her. That was really unlucky. I think I should have gone in though. I think I should have ink swelled and just moved in when he lifted her.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. I guess Radiant inside the structures.
In this time, we've kind of let Terrorblade just like be. Dang, they were a lot more ahead at this point than I thought. This was a mistake. Yeah, I knew that. I didn't pick a cast range talent, right? A lot of missed sunstrikes this game, unfortunate. Yeah, I guess I was used to most Lenas. I guess I expected. I think they do. Most Lenas take the damage talent. So I knew she had Aether. I just didn't realize she would be able to ult me that far. Like I even thought I need to be careful that I don't just get ulted because I'm low. But dang, she hit me from far, and I did not expect that. That was a mistake. So that's something else I should have checked. Make sure people are getting the talents I expect them to be getting. That's also, along with items, just a constant work in progress that I don't feel the need to write down. Maybe something you guys can, but to always know what people are doing, pretty much.
Radiant's bottom tower's got problems.
Right now. Back here. Better get. Yeah, I know we're gonna lose, obviously, because I played the game, and I can already, like, now looking at it and seeing these net worths, I know how bad it was. I didn't think it was going that poorly, but I guess just mid and bottom lane just got wrecked. So part of me feels like I can almost stop watching the replay, but I feel like I can pick out at least a couple more mistakes. Let's go a few more minutes and see. I think we're about to lose a fight here.
Radiant's bottom tower has been denied.
Another wasted soul bind. I think that's the mistake I'm looking for.
Dire's top tower is
So
under
far my
attack.
soul binds have not done anything. Having said that, there's not. Oh, this is the other big mistake. I wasn't paying attention. I knew he was low, but I didn't know this was the real one. I could have gotten the kill. That could have been huge for us. We'll replay that. I replay that.
Radiant
Me
just
missing
denied
that
their bottom tower.
was a big deal. As soon as it like started to cast, I realized like it's not gonna hit that Terrorblade, but I thought it was an illusion, or like I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking I was trying to hit the most people instead of targeting the right person. I think that was the issue. I knew he wanted to sunder. I knew he would stay low, and I looked for maximum damage instead of proper target. See, yeah, I thought, oh, I can hit these guys. That was a mistake. That feels bad. He would have died.
Soldier's fortune.
Yeah. I don't know if that would have been game changing, but that's big for me. I think that's enough for me. I think I'm about to stop. I'm gonna speed through these replays and see. Because I mean, at this point, the game's already like pretty lost. And like I said, I tend to be more focused on what I do at the start. This is another waste. That's another thing I can cast. Oh, Word document. Don't give free gold with W silence. It's worth money. I shouldn't just cast it. I need to be a little more careful with where I put it. It's worth like 40 gold or something too.
Radiant's
No need to
bottom
give that for
tower is
free.
under attack. Their bottom tower
So like I said, I try to focus more on the early because right now, trying to identify what I can do better when 8k behind against this lineup with my lineup is starting to get very specific. It's not this broader idea of getting better. It's like, oh, here's this very specific scenario. What could I have done instead? And next time I encounter a very specific scenario like that, yeah, I'll do better. But almost all of my games will feature the first even-ish 5 minutes, and there will be more games where I do well at the start, like I did this game, and I can go from there. Oops, okay, I was almost done anyways, but the video messed up a bit. But closing thoughts, I'm about to stop. You can see we're even on kills, but we are 10k behind, and I feel like I've noticed enough mistakes, and I've only gone through 2 games. I have 8 more. But I'm gonna stop now. I'll probably put this out first, see how I feel about it. If people really find it useful, this is about to be a good fight for us though, actually. This is a good soulbind. Silence on 2 huge targets. Decentish combo. Strike that lands. Anyways, if people like this, I can keep going. I may not do the same 8 games. I may do more recent losses, because I'm sure I'll play before I continue. But I'm gonna stop this for now, and maybe change the way I do things. I don't know. We'll see. But classic long videos, blah blah. Lost focus a bit. When they're so long, I get tired and then I lose track of my thoughts. Okay, I'm gonna stop there now. Thanks for watching. Bye.